absolutely. In fact, look at the finer details as well. The total capital adequacy as per the Basel III norms stands at 16.1%. The Tier 1 ratio as well has been maintained at 10.9%. We've got Mayuresh Joshi as well joining in to give us his perspective from Angel Broking. Mayuresh, we've been discussing this extensively, how the numbers are quite a pleasant surprise. The stock is just under that 700 mark right now, but we've got the segmental details as well come through, and quite a robust growth coming in on the corporate business as well as the retail banking business. Retail, of course, was working off a small base, but corporate banking is up close to almost 400 crore rupees.
Morning. Clearly, I think the numbers have been quite pleasant. So I think the NII growth was more or less in line with what we were rather estimating. The NIMs have been a surprise, and clearly the bottom line has been of a huge outperformance as well. So clearly, I think they've maintained their restructured book pretty well. The credit costs, as they're guiding for 50 bips, is going to be 4 basis points lower than what was reported in the previous quarter. The provision coverage is quite high, and as you're rightly pointing out, I think the CASA ratio probably is showing a good trend upwards. You're probably looking at the core ratios in terms of the core capital ratio in CET1 terms at around 10.9 being maintained. So clearly, I think a decent and a stable set of numbers from Yes Bank in a highly volatile time, specifically in the case of the RBI directive that has come through. The management commentary will be very, very interesting to be observed in terms of what has probably gone right for them. And again, I think what probably is the performance in terms of the asset quality going ahead.
Okay, thanks very much for joining in and analyzing Yes Bank's numbers. It's been a good quarter. But that's the management of TVS Motor, K.N. Radhakrishnan, President and CEO, joining in to talk about how the quarter has been and what the outlook is going forward. Thank you so much for joining in on the show, Mr. Radhakrishnan. And, taking a look at your numbers, it indeed has been a heartening quarter. There has been that one-time loss of about 5.7 crore rupees, but other income has also been higher. Just take us through some of the key highlights for the quarter.
The most important thing is the growth in the quarter 3. While the industry has not grown significantly higher, we have clocked more than 8% growth.